Now, once you decide which niche that you want to promote, after you get accepted into the CPA network, you want to go ahead and look at the different offers that are related to that niche. So in this case, we're looking at the different offers related to the weight loss niche here in PureFly. And as you can see, there's really great payouts. That's one of the things that I love about promoting weight loss offers is pays well as it's also evergreen, which means it's pretty much year-round that you can get paid great money on this. And as you can see, for instance, this offer right here having to do with Sense of Weight Loss for a free trial offer, as we went over before, free trial offers are really great, and you can get paid as much as $41 for having someone complete that offer. Now, also, if you look down the list here, you can see where you can get paid $40 for the HCG Ultra Diet offer. Jillian Michaels, she's hugely popular here in the United States, and you can get paid as much as $22.75 when you get somebody to complete an offer such as that. And here's another great offer, Pure Garcinia Cambogia, which Dr. Oz made really famous. You can get paid as much as $49 for each one of these conversions. So you can see why these particular types of offers do really well and why it's really important to learn how to create YouTube videos and drive traffic to the weight loss niches. Now, one of the things I always suggest doing before you just pick an offer to promote, because you don't want to base it just on how much it's going to pay you, but you want to take a little time and do your homework. You want to see what the landing pages look like. So we're going to go over some of the landing pages. And I have to tell you, though, as I mentioned earlier in the course, that PureFly has really excellent offers. And when it comes to the weight loss niches, there's really, I have to say, I can't even find a bad one. But most all of these landing pages are excellent. This one here I really love. This is for the Sensa weight loss system. And as you can see, when you come to this, actually a video pops up immediately, and the person starts to show you before and after result and how well they've done with regards to this particular product, which is really what I love. It grabs the person's attention, as well as also you can see that there's even some animation here related to get my free trial. And as we mentioned, about free trial offers convert really well. So now let's take a look at the next offer, and that one is here from Jillian Michaels, and she's very, very famous here in the United States. She's on that TV show called The Biggest Loser, and she's hugely popular here. So just her name alone is going to help convert. So she would be a fantastic option to promote with the weight loss niche. And also, if you take a look at her landing page, it's very clean looking. As you can see, there's a little bit of animation where it says order now, which I really love. They did an excellent job. And another thing that they do is they show success stories. They show a lot of before and after photos. So I would suggest definitely promoting something such as this. And my favorite one, I have to say, is this one here by Garcinia Cambogia. One of the reasons I really love promoting this is because it was made famous by Dr. Oz, and the page is very clean looking. It tells you exactly what to do right off the top, and it even says that you're going to get a free bottle offer of the product. And if you scroll down, it tells you a little bit about what the product is. What is Garcinia Cambogia? It gives you a little bit of education, so it's very legitimate looking. And it even shows exactly how it works. And then it shows videos that have to do with people that are before and after weight loss success stories. And it is basically just a very clean sales page. And as it says right here, it's as seen on the Dr. Oz show. So it references that. So it reminds people that, hey, you know, this was featured on Dr. Oz. So anything having to do with weight loss is definitely a real plus when you're promoting through CPA offers, and that's just basically one of the things we like to do is we like to check the landing pages ahead of time before we promote something. In this module, we're going to go over free trial offers, and we covered it a little bit in one of the previous modules, but I really want to go over it a little bit more thoroughly just so you can really see why it does so well and why you can make a lot of money from it. Well, first off, mostly free trial offers tie in very well with the weight loss industry because people are wanting to get a bottle of, say, for instance, one of these products that Dr. Oz had suggested, such as the Garcinia Cambogia or the acai berry or perhaps the green coffee bean extract. But a lot of times they're skeptical, so they're not really willing to spend money out of their own pocket, but they are willing to actually give it a try. So if you could actually do a video about a free trial offer and tie it in with one of these popular products, you can really have a home run. So if you notice this top video right here, Garcinia cambogia extract, this video right here has gotten already 861,000 views. Now let's take a closer look at this particular video. And as you can see, it's doing really well. And this lady here is actually one of the people you could hire from Fiverr. And she actually goes so far as to wear a lab coat, and she calls herself Dr. Lisa Sanders. Now, I don't recommend that you would actually hire somebody to portray themselves as a doctor when they're not, because that's kind of a gray area. But I'm mainly just showing you, for example purposes, how you can actually do really well with one of these particular offers. And if you scroll down, you'll see that they do actually have a link to the offer right there, as well as right here on the top. Now, if you look at this particular offer here, this is another video on YouTube that's doing really well, and it got 138,000 views. And this lady here is also someone that you could hire from Fiverr who could do a video, and it's going to get hopefully a ton of hits. Now, this particular lady right here, as you can see, you could hire her, and she's only $5 to have promote your product. And as you can see, you could it's the same identical person. But this particular offer that she's promoting, that if you click on right here, when you go to that, that's right here with the Garcinia cambogia, and this particular offer is paying $50 for every single conversion. So if you break down the numbers, you can see how easily that somebody could be able to make even $500 a day by just getting 10 conversions per day. And that's not very hard to do with all the traffic that there is on YouTube. So if you think about it, is with $500 potentially a day, even if you had $500 more per week or $500 more per month, that would help a lot of people out, especially in today's economy. So I want to show you mainly that's why you really want to focus on free trial offers. You want to mainly try to get people to just at least try a particular item. And as you can see right here where it says, tell us where to send your free bottle. And, again, is if you're able to get at least 10 people a day to convert on this, 10 people a week, 10 people a month, you're able to bring in at least, say, $500 minimally per month potentially. So I want to mainly have you think about is promoting free trial offers as much as possible on YouTube. Now, in this module, we're going to go over domain forwarding. And when adding a link to your YouTube videos, it's best not to use what's called domain shorteners. So when you're using, for instance, like the bit.ly links or the Owly links or the Google shorteners, what happens is these, not only do they look spammy to people that are visiting your videos and deciding whether or not they want to click on the link, but many times YouTube won't like them either, and that may actually affect the rankings of your YouTube videos. So it's suggested that you actually buy a cheap domain name. So I'm going to highlight the word cheap, and then what you're going to do is redirect that domain name to the offer that you're promoting. So for instance, if you do a search in Google, as I just did a little bit ago, for cheap domains, you'll see immediately that you're going to have plenty of options come up, and you can get a cheap domain name from GoDaddy, for instance, for as little as 99 cents. You can get them from several companies. Here's even another one, the third one down in the ads right there, and it's as cheap as 50 cents. So, I wouldn't even purchase these for any more length than, say, 1 year. That's about as long as I would purchase one of these domain names for, and because we're in and out of many of these niches very quickly. So a year from now, raspberry ketones may not even be the thing to be in anymore. So you could always, of course, renew the domain name, but like I say, 1 year is about as far as we go. And I'm going to show you some examples of people that are having success with their YouTube videos and why you want to make sure that you also do the same thing and actually buy a regular domain name rather than actually using domain shorteners. Now, if you take a look at the 3 videos that we had used in the example in the other module, you can see where actually when you scroll down into where they actually have their links, that if you're going with a detective route like we told you that you should do, you're noticing that right here they are not using domain shorteners. So that's why I'm saying the same thing with you. You do not want to use domain shorteners. What I would do is spend the 99 cents and go ahead and get a domain name. But when you're getting a domain name that you're going to purchase, you want to use one that actually has whatever you're promoting. For instance, this one's about raspberry ketone. So you want that keyword in the domain name. So if you can see right here, what they did was they purchased the domain name called certified raspberry ketones.com. And that's another thing too. If you can get the .com, you're always better off because it's much more trusted by your visitors than your .infos and your .nets, .orgs, and all those other crazy extensions that they have out nowadays. So even if you take a look at this next video here, same thing. What are they doing? They're using the keyword in the domain name, and they're just adding something either before or after it. So this one, for example, is raspberry ketones special.com, okay? And then if you take a look at this one here, and this one is raspberry ketones USA.com. So what are the three things that they all have in common? They're all .com. They all have the keyword in them, and all three of these are ranking really well, actually, in YouTube because they're getting a ton of views. As you can see, again, this one has 1 million views, and it's not too long, since October 11th, 2012. This one here has got 306,000 views since right around the same time, October 1st, 2012. And this, of course, this one right here, 301,000 views since August 2013. So they've all got a lot of views in a relatively short amount of time. So that tells you something right there, that if they're all using domain names, not redirects or URL shorteners, and they're all using the keywords in their domain names, and they're also all three using .coms, well, you know what? If we want to rank highly, we should be doing the same thing. Now, forwarding a domain is really easy through GoDaddy. Now, obviously, there's so many different companies out there, but my primary one that I use is GoDaddy, so I'm going to use that one to show you. And I suggest you use GoDaddy as well because, you know, their domains are pretty cheap. For 99 cents, you can't beat the prices, and they have very, very good customer service, which is another great thing. So, you know, if you have a question about how to do domain forwarding, somebody's going to answer the phone usually 24 hours a day over there. And not only that, but they're going to walk you through step by step just how easy it is. But all you simply got to do is go into your account and then click on domains where the launch button is, okay? And then right after that, then here's the next step, is right here is under the word forward, okay? So you simply want to go ahead and then click on that. And then after you click forward, then you're simply going to take the link from the CPA offer, and you're going to put it in this spot right over here where it says add forwarding, and it's going to say forward to what. So what you're going to do is you're simply going to go ahead and put that link from the CPA offer in there. And then after you do that, what I would always suggest that you do is to click on the preview button. Okay, so once you click on the preview button, you could actually see what's coming up on the screen. So as you can see, when we do click on the preview button right here, I'm just going to move it over a little bit so you can see in the view, you can see that it actually does come up, and that's what we're trying to have the domain forwarding go to. And after that works fine, then you're simply going to go ahead, and then it's going to say, you know, do you want to forward only or do you want to forward with masking? Now, I don't prefer to use masking. Some people do. I would simply go ahead and just use forward only, and then go ahead and click add. Now, after you click add, it's going to take probably a few minutes to go ahead and then change. But, you know, sometimes they will say it could take a few hours to do. But for the most part, I've had it forward within probably about maybe say 10, 15, 20 minutes at the most. But, you know, again, it depends on maybe what part of the world you're in or something like that. And also leave the 301 permanent selected. Don't go to 302 temporary, leave the 301 permanent. So this is basically the whole entire thing in a nutshell. And, you know, again, if you have any questions, feel free to contact GoDaddy, and they're super helpful. And you know what? The thing about it is, I don't like to always sit there and try to figure out things on my own. I like to ask customer support questions because, you know what, a lot of times you're going to learn something that you would have thought about even asking, and they might show you a tip that you never even thought about. So make sure you actually utilize customer support. And like I say, they're very helpful, and of course they're there for a reason. So if you don't actually call up and ask questions, then you know what, somebody may end up going without a job because they say, hey, you know, we're not we don't need you. So you're actually helping the economy when you actually call up the customer support and you utilize their customer support. So we'll see you in the next module. Another great way to grab your viewers' attention if you don't want to outsource to Fiverr is to use animated videos. And some of the companies that we use are very reasonable with their prices, as well as it's very easy to use the software. You could literally create an animated video in just a few minutes, and somebody such as either your viewer or even an offline client would think that you spent quite a bit of money to do this, and they'll never know exactly how you did it. But it's really simple to do, and one of the companies that we use is called Powtoon, as you can see right here, where you can create animated videos and presentations. And another thing I really love about it is that it's free. And if you take a look at the pricing, you can see that they do have different levels. For instance, the only difference really is that if you go with the free pricing, where it's no cost, they just basically put the Powtoon's watermark on there. But if you go with the $19 a month or even the $57 a month, they remove the watermark rather. But it's very, very simple to use, and you could make a ton of very attention-grabbing videos, and it's just as easy as drag and drop. And you basically just go ahead and type out the script for your animations, and as I was saying, is it holds the viewer's attention really well, and you can get some great conversions with these types of videos too. Now, also, another company that we love to use is called Go Animate. This one here is one of the most popular ones online because, as it says, you can make your first video in less than 5 minutes. Plus, they also use a lot of different characters to make the videos very interesting to the viewer. And last but not least is Extra Normal. We've been using this one for years. Extra Normal is going through some changes. They were just recently acquired by a new company, so they're going to be making some changes with regards to how it works. But I would mainly focus on the other two first, which is Powtoon, as well as also Go Animate. And I want to show you an example of a type of video that you could make for a client, such as a air conditioning repair person. And you'll see that once a client were to see this, they're going to be very happy with your work and think you spent a lot of money too.
Frustrated with your heating system? At the first sign of trouble, call Comfort First Heating to have your heating system fixed right the first time. Visit our website today and use promo code 45 for 25% off all service requests.
So you can see how a quick video like that would really grab a viewer's attention, as well as really impress someone who is in the air conditioning field or just one of your local clients in general, because they would really have no idea how you put that together, and they would see high perceived value in your services, and of course hopefully want to keep paying you month after month after month. And that's really what it's all about, is number one, bringing results to your local business clients, or of course getting conversions through YouTube, but also showing your client, your local business client that you may have, that you're actually putting a lot of work into bringing them business. So that way they can see that, hey, this person is really making a great effort. They're spending money on me and they really care about my company. So let's take a look at really quick a video from Powtoon, and it's going to just give you a quick overview about their services, and we'll go on to the next module.
So, you know what it's like when you want to impress your clients with an amazing presentation? You take your graphs, add some clip art, and spice the whole thing up with some fancy transitions. But somehow, it doesn't always have the desired effect. So one day you come across one of those super cool promotional cartoons and you think to yourself, wow, something like that would definitely catch my client's attention. But then you find out that it costs like a gazillion bucks to make. So you start scouring the web for a tool that can create extraordinary presentations for free. It's just that nothing out there is just quite the thing you're looking for. This tool just moves pictures around, and this one swivels so much you get seasick. And to operate this one, you have to be a rocket scientist. Wouldn't it be cool if there was a tool that allows you to create professional-looking animated presentations and cartoon-style videos just by dragging and dropping stuff onto a page? Well, now there is. Powtoon is a new tool that is so simple and intuitive, it allows anyone who ever used PowerPoint or Keynote to easily evolve their presentation to awesomeness. Powtoon contains themes of animated characters and crops which you can just drag and drop onto your slide and create eye-catching and fun presentations that can be presented in person or turned into animated videos with the click of a button to be shared on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. Now your presentations will definitely keep your audience hooked. Powtoon brings awesomeness to your presentation.
Created using Powtoon.
In this video, we're going to go over adding your video thumbnails and why you want to add a thumbnail to your video instead of just letting YouTube pick one out on their own is because it's going to make your video more eye-catching to someone when they're looking at it through a list. For instance, here I did a search for Garcinia cambogia, the weight loss product, and as you can see, all of the different thumbnails, these are ones that either YouTube has picked out from the actual video that someone has uploaded, or it might be a still picture that someone had uploaded. But as you can see, most of these don't really stand out that well, except for, as you notice, this one here. And I like to use thumbnails that have writing in them because it really seems to grab the attention of the viewer, and you can get a lot of views in a very short amount of time. As you can see, this particular video got 33,000 views in just 3 months, so that's 10,000 views a month. That's pretty darn good. So also, if you look along the right-hand column here where it says the YouTube suggested videos column, you could also see that one of the thumbnails that stands out really well is the one with the writing in it. And that one there was done really well. It catches your attention out of a lot of these other pictures. As you can see, it says not all Garcinia cambogia works. Find out why. So I'm going to probably want to click on that video more likely than some of these other ones with just pictures, because what these are is just still images that YouTube automatically grabs from the videos if you didn't take the time to upload a thumbnail. Now, when you upload a thumbnail, you can see after I've gone ahead and I've added my title for my video, and also remember, again, you do want to make sure that your title is keyword specific to whatever you're promoting. So for instance, I put in Garcinia cambogia weight loss. That's going to grab a lot of people's attention. I've also added my description. So as you can see, it has a lot of different keywords in it. I've also added my video tags. Now down here at the very bottom where it says video thumbnails, it's giving you the option to choose one of 3 different video thumbnails from the actual video that you've uploaded. And all 3 of these are pretty much so-so. So I'm going to go through the extra effort to add a video thumbnail. So you're simply going to click custom thumbnail, and then what you could do is just go ahead and grab one from your computer. If you could find a really nice one, that's a great idea. So what you want to do is upload one, and it's pretty simple. So I added a really great one where it says the best weight loss tips. That's going to stand out really well against my competitors, because as you can imagine, if you had that thumbnail standing out, sort of like this one here where it has writing in it, you're going to get more click-throughs of your video than your competitors. So again, this one here stands out quite a bit because they're getting the best of both worlds. They're getting this title, and then they're also getting this picture that says, as I mentioned, not all Garcinia cambogia works, find out why. So as you can see, this one's saying the best weight loss tips. That's going to stand out really well amongst all your competitors. Now, after you've added your thumbnail, then you want to go ahead and click publish. And it's pretty much just that simple. One thing I want to mention about adding thumbnails is that you want to add thumbnails that are generic or something that you've made on your own. You don't want to use anybody else's pictures, or otherwise you may get a copyright infringement complaint and you'll end up getting your video or your channel flagged or possibly even banned. So you don't want to make it too easy for your competitors to give Google as well as YouTube a reason to take down your video, because really once you start ranking and outranking your competitors, your competitors are going to start getting jealous, and that's just pretty much the way of the world. That's just how it is. So you really want to make sure that you give them as little reason as possible, especially if you get a manual review, for someone to single your channel or your videos out and take your videos and your channel down. So let's go into the next video, and we're going to show you more tips on ranking with YouTube video marketing.